Great. So I think that we are starting. Welcome to our meet and greet for digital justice small evening session. Let's call it like that. It's nice to see you all, even without your camera turned on. I hope that you all see and hear me perfectly. Okay, and also welcome, of course, to everybody who will watch the recording. While we are waiting for everybody else who wants to join, let me just quickly to introduce myself for those of you who does not know me yet. My name is Katerina Potapenko. I'm a journalist and a radio host from Kiev in Ukraine. And also I am a proud volunteer for WSCF Europe. And it is a great honor to be a part of this symposium and even to moderate this quite short but very important session because I want to remind everybody that this symposium is not only about listening to our really great speakers and to take active or not so very active part in the discussions on different aspects of digital justice and injustice, but it is also about sharing the realities. It's also about understanding how different communities around the globe are experiencing digital injustice. How are they dealing with digital sphere in general, and how are you personally dealing with digital sphere? And I want to say that WSCF often uses methods of non-formal or let's say informal education at our study sessions, for example, or conferences, which had proven to be quite successful. I hope. That's why we would really like you to try out some non-formal or informal learning activities today. And I would like you to also consider this very session more like, not like a seminar, but more like a friendly discussion or an evening gathering, whether it's evening at your place or not. Let me also just very shortly to walk you through some activities that we're going to have today and the methodology of this very discussion. First of all, you have a chat. It's a simple Zoom chat which you can use if you have any question or if you want to share with us something. You are welcome. Also, during this meeting, we will try to get to know each other a little bit, try to get to know each other realities, countries a little bit, using very simple games and tools, small groups discussion, and this evening will conclude with a prayer. So that's our short program for today. And also, I would like to say many thanks to Christian Gebauer, a chairperson of WSCF Europe, who is going to also help me with some technical things during this meeting. And also, of course, many thanks to our technical team, which of course makes sure that everything works and we all are heard and seen. And the very important thing that I of course forgot to mention is that you have an interpretation in this session, so you can choose whatever translation you want. It's let's see, as usual, it's German, French, or Spanish, or you can live with English if you like. So I hope that everybody is already here who wanted to be, and I propose everybody to start with our first activity, which aims to get to know each other a little bit, to have in our mind the map of participants, if it's possible. So now you will see just in a few moments a map on your screen Thank you, Christiana. Uh, what we're gonna do with this map? If you're using your computer, you will see on top of your screen small panel with a small arrow on it, where if you click on it, you can see the opportunity, the option function to comment. So to leave a comment, for example, I'm doing it right now. I'm clicking on this comment thing, and then you can choose a pin which you can place on the map. For example, I choose a little heart, and I will place it at my home city, which is Kiev. Here it is, somewhere there. And I encourage all of you to do the same, to find your home city on this map and place a red heart or whatever pin that you like on it. So if you cannot do this for some reason, please write to the chat and we will try to help you out. Okay, I can see Jennifer. Okay, so we have some. Okay, few Germans. Let's see. Okay, how many? There are 38 of us. Okay, some of us are in the tag team, but how many other participants? If you cannot, okay, have no clue. Okay, I can see that. If you cannot do this, please write down your name and your home city into the chat, and Christiana or somebody else will help you out and put a pin on the map instead of you. Okay, so we are not only doing it to see the map, to try out our geography skills, to remember the high school, but also to see what languages are represented today. And because based on it, we're gonna have for our discussion in small groups, we're gonna have groups sorted language-wise. Okay, I can see Hamburg. Nice. Okay. Maybe couple more moments for everybody to find their home place. Of course, traditionally, lots of Europeans. Okay, I can see Latin America. Nice. Great. Caribbean. That's very nice. Oh, I think I accidentally put some hearts somewhere on the North Pole or South Pole. I can do that, of course. Oh yes, it's me. Antarctic. That's me. I'm sorry. Uh, oh yeah, two hearts with two homes. It's also very nice. I think a lot of us put hearts somewhere at the places where no humans, only penguins or polar bears or I don't know, seals live. Okay, so just one more minute and then we will gather our results. I can see nobody else from Ukraine. Oh, it's so sad. Oh, okay, not really Western Sahara. Okay, okay, we can do, you can pin once more. I guess it's fine. And again, if you cannot pin your home place, just write down in the chat your name and where you come from. Yes, just where to place the heart. home is where the heart is. So our hearts are all around the globe. Wow, I can see Michael has 3 places. Okay, it's nice. It's nice. So maybe also you have a problem with finding your country on a map because because you're not good with geography. It's also fine. I'm not so good with geography either. So great. Okay, let's see which part of globe is more covered with stickers, with pins. I think, well, yeah, it is Europe. I can see stars, hearts, and arrows. It's nice, and even arrows in hearts. Okay, so we have quite representative picture. I hope that everyone managed to find stickers or pins and put it on the map and find your countries. And so we just leave it for 1 more minute for our technical team to gather the information. And I will slowly be introducing you to you our next activity because we don't have much time. Oh, Jakarta, I love it. Yeah, you should pin a heart on it. Okay, so this was a small gathering activity. I hope that it helped us um, to get to know with whom we are dealing at this session. And the next game that we're going to play is gonna be a kind of a bridge between what we did just now and what is our symposium about. So basically, I'm going to read a statement, um, of course, concerning digital justice or digital injustice. And if you agree, you put on a reaction. How can you find one? On the bottom of your screen, there is an option which is called reactions. For example, now I'm picking up, for example, a heart. Yeah, this is the reaction. And you can see a heart in the corner of my screen. So let's everybody just to try out the reactions if it works for you. It will appear for some few seconds and then it will uh, go out. Yes. So I hope that you found it. Whatever reaction you choose, it's okay. It can be like a hand or a heart, or of course, preferably heart. And also, I would like, if it is possible, I would like to ask you to change the mode of your screen. I mean, to change the view. In the upper right corner of your screen, you can see this possibility. It is, I think it is called view. And if you click on it, it will change. So for you to see not only my face on the screen, but to see everybody else, just to see the reactions that we have for every statement. So if you can do it, that's perfectly fine. So let's do it. Remember, I read a statement, and if you agree, you put the reaction on. Okay, so the first statement is, it's a little bit tricky. I have attended all sessions on the symposium so far. Let's see how many. Okay, nice, nice. I see. We have some. Great, thank you. Next question. Let's wait just for our reaction to go out. Okay, so I am working in a church or church affiliated organization. What do we have? What do we have? Okay, I can see your reactions. Great, great. Nice, nice. Yeah, quite a lot. Okay. Then our next question is, I am using digital technology for my job. And here I think we will see lots of reactions. Of course, I mean, you're all here, right? So probably you use digital technology quite a lot and often. I don't know for good or for bad, but still. Okay, next question. I'm using digital technology for my private life. Let's see how many there are gonna be. Okay, of course, WhatsApps, Facebooks, everything, everything, everything. Wikipedia, it's also digital technology, right? So, yeah. Okay, the next question, we're getting closer to our topic now, is that I believed in something written in the internet which later turned out to be fake news. Do we have such people? Me, I'm in this trap constantly. so yes. Okay, so we have not so many. I think it's nice. I think it means that we are moving forward. Digital justice, great. Next question or statement, as you wish. I have been experiencing censorship in digital sphere. Yeah, so I was banned, or you know what censorship means somewhere. Yeah, I was. So okay, not so many, not so many. That's nice to know. Next statement. I have been experiencing hate speech or bullying or trolling in social media or different kind of digital communication. Do we have such people? Hate speech is a real problem. Maybe you were trolled or something. Okay, I can see your reactions quite a lot actually. And the last question statement, I have been experiencing digital injustice. So in different forms, it can be anything what we already mentioned maybe, or we don't, or we didn't. Okay, okay, so we can see the reactions. I hope this activity moved you a little bit to make you to do something to find a reaction on your screen. It's nice. So the next activity, okay, we're moving very fast. Um, it's well, you will have an opportunity also to express yourself and leave a message on Menti. I hope you know what Menti is. If you don't, you will see right now. So basically, this is a blackboard. Consider it as a blackboard where you can leave your comments or thoughts or reactions, anything. So please check out the chat. There you can see the link to the Menti. Thank you, Christiane, for sending a code. So basically, you go to this link and enter the code, and you can see this blackboard with an opportunity to write something down. What do we write? We write about digital injustice. So basically, our question is, what digital injustice means to you? Just few words. It can be a very precise problem, for example, or you can write that I never experienced digital injustice in my life. It could be that also. Okay, we can see exclusion power. So you have few minutes to figure out how Menti works, to go to the link. I see people already did it. That's nice. And while we are waiting, while you're writing, you can write in your in one of the language that are presented. So it can be French or German or Spanish. It's also okay. We can see, okay, privileged, excluding. Exclusion is the word that happens to be the most common. Guided attention, okay. Isolation, good. And maybe somebody wants to share with us, wants to speak just for a minute to express yourself and to tell us what digital injustice means to you. You can also write to the chat, and you can ask for to be a presenter for a minute and express your thoughts. If you don't, that's totally fine. We can stick with Menti. I think our Blackboard is quite full. It's a lot of expressions. Okay, transphobia, gatekeeping, discrimination, violence, no access, marginalization, costly internet. Yeah, agreed. Bullying, right. Have no control. Yes. So we have a lot. Okay, I hope that we can somehow save it or make a screenshot or just save it on the Menti for everybody to see our collection of our thoughts on this topic a little bit later. Thank you everyone who wrote down anything on this Blackboard. It's nice to see you're in and you're thinking about our topic. Okay, so now we're slowly coming to our group's discussion. And I think that all of you already participated in some, so I will just quickly describe what's going to happen next. We're going to have some breakout rooms for group discussion. Perfect. So many thanks to everyone for your creativity and your participation and for taking an active part in it. I hope it was informative and inspiring, and let's share some of our results. Can I ask a spokesperson from each group to tell us what to comment somehow? Can we see the each part of a presentation, and maybe we'll allow somebody to comment on it? Can we see it on the screen? Is it possible? Okay, so think who is ready to tell us something about, yes, about hate speech. So yeah,
I think I'll do this one.
Yeah, great, thank you.
So our one was on tackling hate speech. Yes.
Yeah, Jennifer.
These are some of the 4 issues that we kind of came up with, which there was a lot of issues around policies being applied fairly in relation to like online hate speech. So in a lot of cases, hate speech will go like when reports, they all kind of link together. So for applying policies surrounding hate speech, issues of reporting hate speech online, AIs are programmed to deal with hate speech, where there is a lack of understanding of context, and in a lot of cases, the marginalized group gets it worse than those actually doing hate speech. So because it is an AI or a bot that is programmed to deal with reports of hate speech, there'll be a lack of understanding of context, and it'll be only be programmed to recognize certain words. And say if a group from a person from a marginalized group may reclaim a slur, and then they'll get bombed with reports, and those will get seen through because that word has been seen by the AI as a bad word, a slur, and should be removed from the site because someone is like racist, but in a slightly more nuanced, not just saying the N-word kind of way. Their stuff gets through because the bot doesn't understand context and all that kind of stuff. And so in a lot of cases, hate speech policies end up hurting marginalized groups more than they actually stop hate speech. And here were some of the things that we thought would help in relation to hate speech, was trying to be more compassionate when dealing with hate speech. the idea of love bombing. So a lot of times when you, as a person, have been a victim of hate speech, I don't like that word, but like, when you like love bombing can be a really nice way to show support to the person. Can you go back? That those people who are doing the hate speech are a minority. There are people out there who still love you and care about you and don't hate you for just simply existing. And another concept that we have is called shielding, when people of not the marginalized group will protect and shield and like stand in the way of like hate speech and like deflect from the actual person in the marginalized group, so they may tackle the responses, respond to their criticisms instead of actually the next one. We have some other ideas in the next slide.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, I'll hurry up.
It's just that
these were the main ideas we had. Was normal social justice and advocacy work, education on effective activism, so how we as activists can better deal with hate speech online. Another major one would be just petitioning companies to improve hate speech policy, because that's the main issue, is that it's all done through bots. People can be mass spammed and all that kind of stuff. That's the main issues. So yeah, it's us learning how to better be online and companies learning how to be better online.
Okay. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you for this presentation. I can tell everybody that all of your presentation will be available and we will later, a little bit later, post it at the symposium Padlet probably, or somewhere at some of the sites, so you will see it and can reflect on it. Maybe thank you, Christiana, for reminding. Here's the link in our chat. You can see it. You can find it in our chat where you will see the outcomes of every small group discussion. And maybe, do we have a time for another group to present the results, or should we move forward because it's we're running up? Okay, so we're gonna have a few more minutes and for a quick presentation for the next group. Which one would like to go next? Maybe the
Well, if Christian can put up the slides.
Yeah.
Right, the group on accessibility. Okay. Right.
Oh, great.
Okay, one of the things that the challenge as well is the question of the definition of accessibility. For example, the challenge is best illustrated in what kind of tools and what it is used for. For instance, there are different tools that you have to be that we need access to for getting online, and also the functions. For example, working from home, that presents an issue for a lot of people as well. Most services are now online and making accessibility very important. But there is both the challenges of technology and of course the language in which messages are framed. The example that is given sometimes is a lot of cases where migrants come to new countries and they have to do a lot of registration online. It's in a language that is totally unfamiliar to them, and this creates problem. Some of the services are only available online, not anywhere else. So it presents an issue as well. The phone, a lot of these services are on phone apps. Some of them are inadequate and they depend on mobile data. And in lots of cases, they also depend on proprietary software, which people have to pay for either directly or indirectly. They have to suffer a lot of advertising coming down on the service, or they have to register. which means in that case, they have to surrender a lot of their personal data to get access through registration process.
Yeah,
In some cases, you have the exclusion of the differently abled because the apps don't make provision for them. There is also what we call the cookie problem. Some cookies determine how far you go, and this needs to be addressed. Another issue affecting accessibility is the question of bandwidth availability. Lots of companies give priority to bandwidth in areas where they make the most profit. Some countries block bandwidth for political and other economic reasons. So further down, it's our responsibility as users to demand tools of access. Again, referring to we're differently abled, that we have to give access to people to whom we want to communicate. Some more attention should be paid on the use of open source or what we call commons tools and common software, which are non-proprietary. So at least, people who can't afford and use this to either tweak or improve on their messages to others. And we said should offer channels which do not cause people to surrender personal data by default. And always consider alternative ways of communicating using the technology.
Thank you. Thank you. It is a good outcome, and we will all have an access to it a little bit later to read it and to reflect on it. Yeah, thank you, Jennifer, for writing down it in the chat also. Okay, guys, so we don't have much time left. I don't know if we have 1 more minute for the third group to present the results. Can I have an answer? Is it possible? Okay, yes, it is possible. So please, one of the group who was working on the fake news, maybe you can share with us. Somebody? Fake news? Hot topic? Okay.
Sure, I can share on what we discussed. So pretty much in regards to fake news, we had a few points raised in regards to how fake news is another way for powerful people to avoid accountability. But we also touched on the issue of scammers who also use fake news or false advertising to pretty much attract vulnerable people, such as, the older generation who are too trusting, or youth who are simply, curious or also believe in false advertising online. Another thing that was also raised is the fact that individuals who have no access to digital devices to check credibility of secondhand information experience digital injustice in this manner because they don't have access to fact check that news they're receiving from another person. And to tackle such an injustice, we discussed that simply advocating for such individuals or communities so that they can also have access to the digital world for their own information and just ability to feel included as well in the digital world. And to tackle the issue of scammers, one of the people in our group suggested using tools or websites such as fact check to check if the news is true or fake. So that's just a quick summary of what we discussed.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was great. I think that we actually heard from all of our groups. And thank you once more for your active participation. And I hope it was inspiring for you as it was for me. And right now we're slowly coming to our closing of our session.